Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Caite. I'm Caitlyn.
The American opossum is the only marsupial to live in North America, and it's also immune to pretty much everything. Like rabies, and like most diseases, and also they're adorable.
It does such a good job.
That's not so much a fact as just they're really, really cute. Possums play an important part of your ecosystem. Don't be scared of them. They're wonderful.
They're more scared of you than you are.
They taste like chicken.
Why would you say that?
I don't know.
Okay, I figured if anybody knew at this table, it would be you.
Oh, I figured it'd be you because all your stories start with, well, I grew up in the Midwest, so...
And then everything was terrible.
Insert a really weird thing here. So I assumed that you were going to be the one that knew what it tasted like.
Of course.
Chicken.
Check it.
Chicken. That's
And I'm Cameron.
And it's hot.
It's hot. Use the hashtag Geeks Corner to tell us how hot it is where you are.
Figured out what it is.
Because we want to have conversation with you. We are probably going to be replying from the DAPS Magic Twitter tonight for unforeseen things totally within our control.
But we have a celebrity tweet master.
Sure. Who watches Twitter?
Billy D. Williams. Thanks, Billy D.
Do you think that's true?
No, that's not true.
Who's really running our Twitter tonight? I actually think this is...
Haley the Hatter is running our Twitter.
Haley Emerson! Branding!
Oh, Haley Emerson.
On
Excuse
Twitter,
me.
I am still Haley the Hatter.
I was right!
Oh, I'm sorry. We're changing it to Haley Emerson. Maybe walked out of Twitter?
Woo!
Wow.
The temperature's not the only thing to bring the heat tonight.
Subtweeted tonight.
Woo!
As you may have seen on the live stream on Facebook, Haley is here tonight, and she's running our socials as we try to run this show.
Can I test one thing real quick? Calor. Okay, cool.
Cool. So,
You don't understand.
the bell is bilingual.
The bell is bilingual.
Kind of.
Alright, so it's been hot at Disneyland this last week. And, on Friday it was 114. Saturday
Disgusting.
it was 100 and
It was like 105.
105. Sunday it was 98, I think.
And it's sprinkled a little bit and somewhere in there
And
too.
it's spit at us. And
Ugh.
it's been
Florida. It's been Florida.
It's been Florida, basically.
but really weird. But we still went there.
I went every single day.
You went. How was it? What was it like going to Disneyland when it's 100 and something degrees?
Okay, so here was my reasoning.
Okay.
I have no air conditioning at my house. So I figured if I'm going to be miserably hot, I'm going to be miserably hot doing something fun. And I went to Disneyland. So, it was dead. There was really... I haven't seen it that empty in who knows how long.
The whole weekend it was empty.
I mean, but Friday especially. I was only in Disneyland on Friday, and I mean, Indy had a 20-minute wait with fast passes available for 5 minutes after the time it was. I got a fast pass for Small World for 2 minutes after the time it was. Pretty much everything was a walk-on. It was great. It didn't feel 115, but I had a blast. So
It was a dry heat.
Saturday was even worse. Saturday, because it was humid, was miserable. So,
Wow.
it was, yeah. But I was one of the crazies who was there every single day.
What was your favorite part about going when it was super hot?
I mean, the thing is, there are things that you can do in the air conditioning, so I just kind of went from Disney and I went to Tiki Room, I went to Haunted Mansion and Small World. I think I actually got to do attractions and things that I don't usually do. Because I'm not a ride person when I go to the park. So I went and actually did attractions because there was no one there. It was great.
What's your favorite attraction on a hot day?
Well, it's a Small World is always my favorite attraction. But on a hot day, it's great too.
Everybody else?
I do have air
Just finished,
conditioning,
like,
so I
an
stay
entire
home.
cup of water.
Yeah, it's definitely water. It's not coffee, friends.
Yeah.
Mine's the Animation Academy. That's my favorite attraction.
Yours?
A Small World.
Small World. Okay. I like the Tiki Room.
That's fair.
Or the train.
Train's not air conditioned.
Doesn't matter.
Probably assume the Tropical Hideaway in general will be a good choice for that type of escape.
But I think
Yeah.
Launch Bay is actually the best because it is very cold in
It
there.
is. Like space.
Yeah.
And there was no one in there on Friday.
And
Like space.
Also like space, you die when you step in.
I didn't know that about Launch Bay.
Wait,
Wow.
is this a new thing in Launch Bay?
I mean, I've been 5, 6 times now.
You walk in, you just suddenly can't breathe. It's crazy.
It's
Because
in order
it
to make
takes
it
your
more
breath
immersive, right?
Yeah,
It's the new immersive
so
experience.
it's either you walk in, you can't breathe, and you die, or for $50 you buy the space helmet in which you can breathe. They're actually really fashionable. You can't even tell when you're wearing them.
They're literally the balloons.
It's loaded directly onto your pass, so you just
The
scan your
balloon?
pass.
Only the up balloons though.
Banana.
Yep.
It's hot.
Also hot too.
All right, let's keep moving right along.
Please.
This last weekend, to avoid the heat, we went and saw Ant-Man and the Wasp. And we went in and it was like, I think it was like 106 degrees, and we came out of the theater and it was 112.
Yeah.
Beautiful, right?
It was great.
No, thank you.
It kind of hurt when you walked, like I was noticing when you walked out of the theater. Maybe because it was from so cold of the theater to so hot outside. But
And that guy hitting your shins right as you left too. That hurt a little bit too. We have weird theaters down here, guys. Don't believe anything I say.
I don't even know what you mean.
Nope.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Caitlin, what'd you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I do like the first Ant-Man. I tend to gravitate towards the Marvel comedic movies. So I really enjoyed the first one, and I had high hopes for the second one. I enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp, probably not as much as I enjoyed the first one. There were a lot of, I definitely slapped my knee a few times, clapped, and I was like, yes, to some of the jokes. I wouldn't say that I liked it more than the first one, but I did enjoy it, and you have to stay for the end credits.
Well, it's a
That's
Marvel
when-
movie.
No. The whole movie, she maybe laughed and chuckled a few times through the whole movie. And then we got to the end credits, and she literally started shouting at the screen. The theater is completely silent, and Caitlin is shouting.
I was like, no.
Like everybody else,
Was
stunned
behaving
silence.
themselves?
No, it was a stunned silence, I would say.
Was being
is that
respectful.
what you-
Our screen, people definitely yelled, and they also super yelled at the very last thing you see after the credits.
Oh yes, that.
That was.
That was.
okay.
But
Everyone
still,
yelled.
just like.
We also had opening nights, maybe that's it.
Yeah, maybe that was.
But also, a lot of people left our theater after the movie was over.
Which I will never.
So
get.
many
Why would
people
you
left.
leave
There
a
were
Marvel
maybe-
film early.
There were maybe 8 people left for the first end credits.
What do you think? How would you rate this compared to other Marvel films? In your
Probably in the middle for me.
middle.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you guys?
I give it a thorax and a half.
Thorax and a half. Okay. Haley, what do you think?
I thought it was good, but I agree with Caitlin that I didn't enjoy it more than the first one. And
Okay.
it's not that I didn't enjoy the movie in general, it just, it didn't hold my attention as well. I could tell that it was longer, and I didn't like that.
A lot
I
of
felt-
sciencey details.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, we had a lot of detail in there that I didn't think was
Necessary.
Like, it was necessary, but it was just too many different routes in it that I didn't
I wonder
like
how much
following
that
it
was
that
set
way.
up for future stuff that we don't know yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cool. Did you like it, like, compared to other ones that have come out recently? How would it compare to those, as opposed to the other Ant-Man? I mean, you can't compare it to Avengers, because that's a completely different type of movie, but maybe to...
Like Homecoming.
I like the other ones more than that, because I really liked Ragnarok and I really
Oh, yeah.
liked Homecoming, and just in comparison to those, it wasn't as good of those,
Okay.
in my opinion.
You have any questions about the movie, Cameron, as you sit there?
Everything I've heard so far says that it's fun and isn't necessarily as tied into the rest of the stories as much as possible. I would ask, does it have enough levity after the giant pill of Infinity War? Was it the correct balance to that movie?
Yeah, I thought it was
Absolutely.
a nice release after. I think that's what I liked about it. It was a nice release
It was lighthearted.
after Infinity War, and for the most part,
Yeah.
there was no cataclysmic.
It felt like Homecoming, where like
Yeah.
the ramifications of that movie don't mean the entire world's gonna blow up.
Yeah, it was very much an interpersonal. Like, this will affect this group of people, but it's not going to destroy the world. We've already got Thanos at work on that. So Or do we? Who knows? We will find out in another
When
year.
it's released on DVD.
Right? Who knows? Yeah, it was. I think it was just a fun, good afternoon. Feel good about it at the end of the day. I did like there was a little more time in character development, where I feel like some of these movies get so big that you don't have any time to get to know any of the characters, and I thought you got to know the main characters a little bit more, and they had some time to really develop their relationships. Daughter, but really all of the main principals, you got to know a little bit more about how they interacted and stuff, as opposed to just moving along and flying all over the place. But I look forward to seeing it again. I think it'll be a fun bonus feature one, and I think I'm hoping, and I think it'll be one of those things that a couple of years from now we're going to go back and look at it and be like, oh, that actually did mean something. Just because I think it probably set more stages and tables than we thought it absolutely was going to. Should we keep moving? We have a new DAPS Magic Maker. Would you like to announce our DAPS Magic Maker, Cameron?
I believe you have it in front of you, please.
I will share with you.
Do. I would love to.
Just don't drop it. This is we've got space now.
Oh goodness, where am I?
Space.
Right in the middle.
I'm in space.
Oh yes, Yong Lin is our newest DAPS Magic Maker.
And he is all the way from.
Is it Hong Kong or no? Where is he from?
He is from Taiwan.
From Taiwan.
So
That is
awesome.
so cool.
Where he plays.
It blows my mind that anyone outside a 10 square mile radius knows who I am. So like, that's awesome. Thank you so
And
much.
he's a very accomplished harmonica player.
That's so cool. Oh,
That's
I'm
pretty.
envious. I tried to play the harmonica, and this is a true story. I tried playing harmonica in high school because I was the weird kid and I needed more weird kid stuff. And straight up, even with harmonicas in the right key, harmonicas are not a difficult instrument to play in the correct key. Nope. I tried so my hat is off to you if you can do that, because I cannot. Here's your thing.
And thank you so much for your support. And I always remember him playing a harmonica with Ragtime Robert,
Oh, that's cool.
playing piano at GEEKS Corner years ago. And so we really appreciate it. And he's got a new job too, so congratulations.
Congratulations.
Not such
And thank
a-
you for the support. We appreciate it.
Continuing right along, Disney is in process of buying Fox. In fact, I think Disney's vote ended today for their shareholders.
Mhm.
I'm assuming it went through. I haven't read anything yet. But let's assume this works. Disney buys Fox, and this is actually a question we got this week from Twitter. And they wanted to know, with all of the intellectual properties of Fox, you've got Simpsons, X-Men, a bunch of other characters. How do they get utilized by Disney?
Mm.
Because some of them fit, like the Marvel characters, I think we see an integration coming at some point. We can talk a little bit about that. But Simpsons, I don't actually ever imagine seeing at a Disney theme park. But I could see them being leveraged to get maybe Marvel characters in.
Anastasia.
Anastasia is a very good point. I could see her coming to Disney theme parks.
She'd actually be a Disney princess.
Then she would actually, yeah. That's
Everyone
been the most
mistakes her.
confusing thing for the last however many, 2 decades now? When did that come out? And
It's
everybody's
in the
like,
90s.
Also, the xenomorphs from Alien, because there's a queen.
Yeah.
Therefore, all of the xenomorphs are princesses. That's science.
97.
That's science.
Okay, so
Oh.
Simpsons. What do you think they do with them?
I think Simpsons is answered in the same way you can answer most of the intellectual properties that Disney doesn't necessarily want to produce more of, which is to say Disney will keep the legacy alive as long as it is profitable to continue using the material that's already been made.
Do you
Which
think they'll sell it off? Not like sell it, but like license it out?
I think licensing is an option. I still think they're going to keep it in-house because of the difficulties they've had licensing off in the past, namely with the Disney stores and the whole issue that was
Aren't
putting
the
away.
Simpsons in Universal?
They are, and
So don't you
they'll
think-
allow rights.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is licensing
But,
rights.
but I don't think they're going to sell like full licensing rights. I think they're going to do cordoned off allowances that continue to make profit
Okay.
for a cut. And I think I don't see them, Simpsons specifically, or many other pieces of content, them making new things with it.
So they'll just keep riding that.
Yeah, they'll write it out. I mean, The Simpsons has been going forever, and
Yeah,
frankly,
like 22 years or something.
yeah, it's the longest running television show ever, and I see them canceling it. I see it coming to its close, and but I see them continuing to live off the residuals and selling off. Like,
how soon do you think they'd cancel it?
I think within a year. I see it coming
Really?
up pretty quickly. Reason being that Disney does not want to associate the brand with the new content that's coming out. Matt Groening is already, that's the maker of The Simpsons, has already started new projects outside of the label, including a new fantasy project. It's very much in the same style, but clearly disassociated with what he's done before. I see an exit strategy for him already in place.
I think they'll get rid of him and they're going to make as much money off as they can, and they'll keep running it with the rest of the people as long as they possibly can.
I would say they won't, but
And
I mean,
think
it's profitable. I
I
would
think
get
it's
that.
one of their safer properties to keep running. When you think of all of the different things that you could cut and run with, if you're going to throw Fox people a bone, it seems to me that The Simpsons is a very easy one to continue. Just let it go its course. Let the people who run it that are left continue to run it. Let Universal keep paying to use it in their parks, and then when it stops getting the ratings, like, I think it'll be a complete business decision, not a.
I agree in the business decision, but I think that drop in ratings because of the Disney oversight on
That might
quality
happen. If
is
that
going to be
happens, I think it
quick.
closes right away.
Yeah, that's why I say a year. I think it's going to run until.
So you don't think Disney can keep a brand like that going?
No, I think it's physically. It's like oil and water. There is something inherent in the nature of Simpsons that is rebellious in such a way that Disney cannot do. Even if they keep it on the level, keep language away, keep non-body references in, it's still not going to be Simpsons if Disney has
So
any
you think
oversight.
Bob Iger isn't being completely accurate when he says he's going to keep Fox?
I think he's being accurate in as far as he's going to say, we'll let it run as long as it continues to be good. And
Okay.
he knows full well that it's not going to continue to be good.
All right, let's talk about X-Men. What do they do?
I vomited for a while. Someone else?
I don't have much.
I was going to say, this is going to be
X-Men!
for a few minutes.
I'm happy to rant. I'll try to be quiet more later.
Short rant.
Short rant. I see them maybe making nods to the X-Men universe in the MCU. I don't see them actually doing too much with it. They have tied up the storylines for the Marvel stuff pretty nicely, and while I can almost guarantee we see Logan somewhere in the MCU at some point. I don't see them reintroducing the concept of mutants into the MCU that they've built.
I heard a theory, and this goes into Ant-Man, and I won't go into any spoilers, but there's something that happens to one of the characters in Ant-Man in the quantum realm, and there's a theory going on that could be used as a way to introduce the X-Men into the MCU.
Like a multiverse type thing.
And not exactly. It's an interesting thing that it wraps up a few issues that you could potentially have, and creates an opportunity for these types of characters to exist. And without giving spoilers, I'm not going to say directly what it is, but it makes a little bit of sense. And I think there's some creative ideas that they could do to pull in whoever they think will make the most money. I do think Marvel's done a really good job about reaching out to characters we wouldn't normally just look to.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy is a great example. That was
Yeah.
not a profitable, easy choice franchise.
Probably
for them.
Doctor Strange too.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually think they're going to try to use them. I think you'd have to be crazy not to in some regards, because I think you could redeem them. Yeah.
We haven't really seen Inhumans as a whole in the MCU yet either, so they could just literally rebrand mutants as Inhumans and go the same route.
Well, they are the same thing.
Exactly.
Inhumans was Disney's attempt to circumnavigate not having mutants in there. I don't think they'll retcon it that hard, though. Don't get me wrong. I know they're going to incorporate it in some way. It's going to make money, and dollar wins on that. I just don't see them
So, who is the first X-Men to end up in a Disney park?
in a Disney park. And Logan feels like the easy choice. Wolverine.
No, the Invisible Girl. She's already.
Haha! The Invisible Girl. Yes.
Tyler for the win.
I mean, unless they really start promoting some of the younger X-Men, like.
Or do you think any of them will show? Do you think they keep them completely separate and...
If they incorporate it into the Marvel Universe, it'll be in Marvel Land.
Okay, there you go. All right, you have done an article recently that are 10 even more underappreciated Disney tunes, and we're going to skip exactly what that article is because I want people to go read it.
Go.
But, very quickly, right down the line, this can be one that you already think is... one that's already in one of Cameron's articles, or one that you think should be. What is the most underappreciated Disney tune as of today.
And why?
And why? Cameron, you get to go first because you've written a few of these articles, and then it'll be ladies.
I mean, if you've read even 5 seconds of one of these articles, you know it's the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
We already knew this was coming.
I'm going to. I've been on it all, however, since
Year,
it came out.
Forever.
I would go most underrated of those songs is Heaven's Light / Hellfire. That's one song, by the way, which makes it even better. It is a very difficult topic. It's one I never expected Disney to address, and they handle it beautifully.
Masterfully. Completely agree.
I'm gonna piggyback off that. I think God Help the Outcast.
Yeah!
Actually, it's so beautiful. And again, it's a topic that you don't hear in a lot of animated films or movies to begin with. And it's just very poignant, and I think it's stunning. Every time I hear it, I'm just like, oh, I love this song, and we don't hear it all that often.
Cool. Break the cycle.
I don't know, because I obviously have to break the cycle. But suddenly every Disney song I've ever heard in my entire life has escaped my brain. So
Isn't that always how it goes?
yeah, it is, because I guarantee you gave me more time, I'd be like, here is my perfectly planned answer with my thesis on why it's underappreciated. But right now I'm like, who's Walt Disney?
You know what I would like
Walter
to
Elias
see?
Disney's father.
This is a bigger picture thing. Is I would like you to see you dig into some of the live action songs from like 60s, and they drift into the 70s.
Mm-hmm. And there's at least one on the most recent one.
Yeah, I think there's one.
Yes.
I think you could do an entire post on those, because I feel like in general all of those get overlooked.
Well,
I was
I'm
thinking
completely unfamiliar with them for
Whale
the
of
most
a
part.
Tale from 20,000 Leagues Under
Which he
the
has
Sea.
pitched every time I've written one of these articles,
You've
and
never
I
listened
think
to me.
out of spite I have not included
I
it.
know. I can remember, sitting in a production room in the dark talking about this.
Not terrifying at all, by the way.
It wasn't
some of the
abandoned.
songs were.
It's completely empty. Large
anything-
warehouse, single light.
Anything from the original Pete's Dragon, I think, could easily be in that list, because you just never catch those. I would go probably that direction. Obviously, I'm going to go with Whale of a Tale, because that's the one that you always skip.
Tune in to the next
That
time
just
when I don't
shows-
include it.
Well, you can't now. You can never. Honestly, but it is. It's kind of funny, because it's that underappreciated that even Cameron won't appreciate it. Like, that's
That's a new level of low, because I appreciate a lot of
that
stuff.
is just cold, man. I didn't count it.
No.
Oh, it does count. Okay. All right. Christopher Robin is coming out in a month, less than a month actually. August 5th, August 3rd. 3rd. We saw a featurette that came out today. As tickets are now on sale. What'd you think of the featurette? Very quickly. Katie, do we go?
I'm allowed to talk?
Well, you did want to talk about the thing, so go ahead.
It was so cute. I think that they're really precious, and also I just like to see Richard Sherman.
That was a
Because
highlight.
that was my highlight of the whole minute and a half. I was like, Richard Sherman could just talk for the whole time. He could go on. But yes.
That's all Christopher Robin is, him just sitting in a corner.
Go
Just
on.
Richard Sherman with the 100 Acre Woods character dancing around him.
Yeah.
I have to pause and back up for just a second, because our good friend William Fonda just says, as we were starting the last segment, he said, okay, we've seen underappreciated songs in Disney history, but I don't ever think that I've heard Whale of a Tale from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea anywhere but my own personal playlists. And then his next tweet is, am I a soothsayer or what? Thank you, Mr. Daps.
You've apparently also been in
Anyway.
the dark production room.
Continue. Yes.
William.
If we're back on the subject of songs, Seneca does have a contribution.
What is it, Seneca?
I personally believe like one of the most underrated Disney songs of all times is "If I Ever Knew You" from the closing credits of Pocahontas.
Yes.
Like, can we just talk about an actual masterpiece? Like,
Such a
throwing
good
it back
one.
to the 1990s classics, like hit it hard, like roll those credit scenes. If I Never Knew You.
Is that one of those like
That's such a good one.
so 90s it's painful songs?
Yes, but it's
No,
so
it
90s
really
it's
is.
painful when you don't remember it.
Ooh.
That is true. That one, I would put that definitely in the category. Featurette.
Featurette was very good. Wow, my brain had to catch back up.
She just owned that, by the way.
We
On
talked.
the
I mean,
peanut gallery.
obviously Sherman is the best part of that thing.
Yeah.
Even though he's only for 2
And
seconds.
Winnie the Pooh.
I like how Richard Sherman talks about when he describes something that he's involved in. He speaks in realistic first-person experience. He doesn't talk about the 100 Acre Woods. He talks about being in the 100 Acre Woods. It's a frame of mind that explains why he's so good at what he is doing.
Yeah, it all makes sense the moment you see it.
Yeah.
I'm another one on the Richard Sherman bandwagon,
Three.
but also Haley Atwell because I love her. I'm excited that she's in this movie.
I'm actually, the more I see about this, I said this in the post, the more I see this, the more I'm excited about seeing the full movie. And it really was one of those things when they announced it, I'm like, oh, they're milking this again. Like, I have no interest in another Winnie the Pooh movie because it feels like they've all been, like, you've seen
Right.
one, you've seen them all. And it's not a bad thing. It's a good, like, I'm sick and I'm drinking soup and stuck in bed. You know, it makes you feel good movie, but it's not one that you really want to go see in the theaters. I'd rather see it at home. And I think this movie is one that's now like, hey, we need to go see this opening night. And we're like, I'm assuming they'll have it open. But I think it's everything we've seen makes it better and better. Everybody agree?
Yeah,
You can disagree with
No,
me.
I was completely with you as far as being staunchly opposed to this being made when I first heard about it, and now I'm pretty sold on it.
And Ewan McGregor is a surprising, Steven just brought it up, but he's one that I was kind of like, Christopher Robin, Ewan McGregor, and the more you see of him, you're like, this makes more and more sense. So I think it'll be fun. I think it's going to be one of those movies you walk out feeling good, and I mean, I'm sure a couple people will cry, and it'll be great.
I feel like the critics are, and we've talked about this before, the critics are going to tear it apart.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to rip it to shreds.
And I honestly don't think it'll do that great at the box office. I think there's going to be a core group of people that absolutely love it, and I don't know what everybody else will think. We have a brand ambassador with us tonight. Is that what they're called? Brand rep? Brand ambassador.
Brand person.
Madam Ambassador. Caite Bear Blue Hair is sitting next to us for Amanda Jane Designs.
True.
Do you have any of her designs with you?
No.
I have one in my office I could have brought out.
To the office.
No, I have a really cool Doctor Who keychain that she made me that I don't take anywhere because I don't want to break it.
So good you won't show it to anyone.
No, I have it on a shelf displayed, and that's the only place it can go because I don't want anything to happen to it. Because it's a one of a kind and it's amazing. And we got more. Here we go. Amanda Jane Designs. Thank you, sir. Just take it up in front of the camera. Thank you. Yeah. This is Amanda Jane's Designs, a keychain.
3D, folks. Can't really see it.
She is ridiculously talented, ridiculously nice, and she has a new website, which is shopamandajanes.com. shopamandajanedesigns.com.
Yes.
So go to shopamandajanedesigns.com, check out her stuff, get her stuff. It seems like she has different promotions and stuff that you can, if they follow you on Instagram, you can find some promotions.
Starting Sunday. Don't expect anything from me yet.
Starting on Sunday. We'll follow now though.
Well, follow me now. Follow her now because she's been doing lots of really cool like giveaways and like today's Tangled Tuesdays. So if you use promo code Tangled, you get like 15% off Tangled orders. She's been doing really fun things to promote, and she has a lot of really cool new stuff. So
Yes. And finally, next Tuesday is Disneyland's birthday. It's a wonderful day, and some of us will be in the park braving the heat. And I thought that was going to work, but it didn't. And anyway, some of us are in the park braving the heat, and we are going to have a meetup at the Mark Twain at 2 o'clock or whatever is closest to after, I guess, 2:15, depending on when the Mark Twain actually is going out. Not the Columbia, Mark Twain. And we will go on a trip around the Mark Twain and take pictures and have fun, and it'll be magical, and we'll celebrate the birthday of Disneyland.
And there will be cake if you bring it.
I'd like to see if anyone brings cake.
I wouldn't want to carry cake around.
Oh no, we're carry it. We eat it and then they leave with whatever we don't eat. Bring cake.
Or cake pops.
Ooh, bring cake pops.
Because then that's portable.
Bring
Yeah.
pie.
Steven says, when we were talking about going to the office, I just got the 60s Batman transitional music in my head as Mr. Cam Jackson declared, "To the office!" instead of... I was expecting the bat swipe transition. Very good. Miss Bailey C says, I'm excited to see Christopher Robin in No Jokes when the roommates and I went and saw Incredibles 2. I cried when the trailer showed for it. I think you probably will cry during the movie, Bailey. You can let us know, and we'll see who else at this table cries.
I already know.
It's a very good chance. All right. Well, it is very warm in here, and I think you can start.
Warm?
joining us.
Really? Okay. You can go to thegeekscorner.com. That's thegeekscorner.com to see us in various levels of sweat.
Head over to dapsmagic.com, read about heat, hot, warm, cold, up, down, weather, and subscribe to our mailing list.
All right. So now, before I close it out completely, what was the theme of the night for the bell? What was it?
Hunchback Notre Dame.
Yes.
Got it.
Heat was
You're right,
the
it's
word.
Hellfire.
It was on heat worked for tonight. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Find us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, all those fun things.
In real life.
Instagram. We have some fun things going on the DAPS Magic Instagram and the Geeks Corner Instagram and our Instagrams too, because you can ask us questions now. That's exciting. But that's all the time we have for you this week, so we will see you around the corner.